All right, here we are. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just notice how you're feeling. Maybe take a deep breath in and out. Maybe just have a look at those pictures and decide which one of those you are today. Hmm. Okay, remember there's never a right or wrong answer. The way you are, it's the way you are. So, hello, November. So we have November written down here. So the November. And as the little verse goes along, it just catches the letter, okay? So not everyone gets you, but it's okay. Because when you value your time, attention, and energy, you attract more people who see your beauty and worth. Own your enoughness, and the right ones will find you. That's a positive way of feeling about yourself, right? So people who can see all your talents and your beauty and your worth will want to be your friend. And if they cannot see you for who you are, then just don't worry about them. You only want to attract people that make you feel good, right? You don't want negative people. So, ho ho, November challenge. Ooh. The November challenge is gratitude month. It gets a little blurred here because this lady who does these things, she lives in the States, so they're having their Thanksgiving this month. We had ours last month, so they're kind of thinking about gratitude this month, but that's okay. We can always be grateful. So this month, you've got to color the image on the back or circle it or do a check mark, whatever you want to do. For sending at least 4 thank you cards in the mail. Oh, in the mail! The cards could be sent to loved ones who live far away, community workers who help your family locally, or a teacher that you have, right? The gratitude cards could be to thank someone for a tiny act or something that made a big difference in your life. It's completely up to you. The purpose of this exercise is to activate gratitude thinking and make it a habit to look for people to be grateful for. Consider, or maybe you could consider starting a gratitude journal. You could have your own journal or start one with your family or a group. Start with a simple prompt like I am grateful for, and then list 2 or 3 things that you are grateful for that day. To share this exercise with your family or other people, you could go around the dinner table and give each moment, just like we do, right? To say what they are grateful for when we have our stones. You just think of something you're grateful for. So we do that every week. All right, so I sent you this, right? And then I also sent you this sheet if you want to write, but there's enough room if you want to draw a picture. And I am grateful for, and then I did a line and day. So you could write, say, Thursday, you could add the Thursday, like the thur or the wed or the fry to make it whatever day of the week it is. So you've got that. But then I also sent you this sheet, and it's like bubbles. So you don't have to do it every day. You could just, well, you could do it every day. But anyway, you could just say, I'm grateful for, and then draw a picture or write in the bubble. Okay. And did you know that research has shown that an abundance of benefits, both mental and physical, from maintaining a daily practice of gratitude as part of nurturing your emotional regulation? Oh my gosh, this sounds very technical. Gratitude is an important practice to include every day. Sharing these positive statements help us feel good about ourselves and has a ripple effect through everyone you meet. Just like ripples on a lake, one positive comment naturally leads to another. Gratitude also fosters mindfulness. And that's very good, right? Mindfulness. As we look around us to take notice of what we are grateful for, expressing gratitude to someone allows us a moment to pause and think how that person has made a difference in our lives. So I know I am grateful for you, and also I know that you are grateful for each other. And gratitude helps us to bring us into the present moment and helps us to be in tune with what's going around us. So, during the day, there's lots of opportunities to share gratitude. Learning about gratitude, you can come from discussions. So, you could discuss with your mom and your family what you were grateful for today or whenever, reading books, or you can do the thank you cards or writing in a gratitude journal. Or you could just have, like we do, have a jar or a basket and just have a stone. Every time you're grateful, pop the stone in, or a button or a counter, and you could just see how grateful you are as the day goes along or the week goes along. All right, so here it says positive affirmations. So you could think to yourself, I am a good friend, but you could also say to someone, oh, you know what? Thank you. You're a good friend. Or thank you for caring. Or thank you for being funny. Or thank you for being so happy. Made me feel happy. Or thank you for being so kind. Or thank you for making me feel safe. Or maybe someone's helped you believe in yourself, like they've helped you do believe in yourself. So that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? And also maybe you could say some more, if someone's made you feel important, you could say, thank you for making me feel so important. Maybe you don't have to say that. Maybe you can just feel it. And that just makes you want to say thank you to that person. There, that's what I did. I sent you this. So here you could add in the MON from Monday. And there's enough room to write or draw a picture. And of course, you can walk and be thankful. When you're walking, you can think to yourself, oh, I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for. Or You could just sit and meditate. When you sit and meditate, oh my gosh, that really could make you or help you to think of everything you're grateful for, right? So let's just do a gratitude breath. You can sit, and as you breathe in and out, just think of the things you're grateful for. Maybe you could put two hands on your heart, or just have your hands resting, doesn't matter. Just sit and have that gratitude breath. As you breathe in and out, just remember something you're grateful for, or something somebody did. And you think, oh yes, that person. I'm grateful for that person when they did something. And that's an easy thing to do, isn't it? Just sit and stop and breathe and be grateful. Oh, I meant to get rid of those. Anyway, so every week we do this, which is what we've been talking about, right? So we're going to let go and be patient, all the positive things, right? Letting go, being patient with yourself, with others, and accept who you are, and accept other people. And of course, every week we do this, right? Every week we take a moment. This is something maybe you could do at home. Get a basket or a jar. Oh, here comes Kathy. Take a moment. You have an empty jar or an empty basket. And I have a basket full of stones here, right? And what we do is I take one, and you could do this at home too. You take one, and every time you think of something you're grateful for, you just pop it in there, right? Today, but we always stop and I give everyone a moment to be thankful. So this stone is for Claire. Claire's just going to take a moment to be thankful. Hi, Kathy.
How are you?
Okay, I'm just going to mute you, okay? We're just doing our gratitude stones now. I'll get to you in a minute. We're just doing Claire. Claire's just thinking of something she's grateful for. And I'm popping it in the basket. And then Jennifer. Oh, now my basket isn't empty. And Kathy, it's your turn. Can you think of something you're grateful for? Stones for you. There. Now my basket is not empty. Thank goodness. We're just talking about gratitude, Kathy. Glad you made it. We're grateful that you're here. Okay. So each day, give yourself a little time out to sit quietly and be thankful for all that you have. All right. I'm just going to stop sharing for a minute while I find my next PowerPoint. And this is the big surprise. Because ta-da, big drum roll, Jennifer. Look what I got. I got the book, Jennifer. I went to Indigo and I bought it. I Am Me. Susan Verdi's new book. And when I took the picture, I lost the Y. You see that? A book of authenticity. There's a Y on there. Here we go. All right. There are things about me that make me feel different. Sometimes I can stand out in a crowd. Sometimes I am not seen at all and I feel alone. I start to ask myself, why can't I blend in, fit the mold? Maybe I'm too little or maybe I'm too much. But when I stop and look, I see nothing in this world is exactly the same. Difference is what makes life beautiful and miraculous. And when I show who I truly am, I can find my joy, my spark. I have something to contribute. I can't hold back or hold it in. I am someone to be celebrated. I am, and it says, I am me. I can have my own style and decide how I want to show up in the world. I can be grateful for my hair, my skin, my size, because they are all mine. I can be proud of my body and thankful for all it can do. I can embrace that I am perfectly imperfect because that is what makes me interesting. I can dance to my own rhythm anytime I want to and move and groove. I can learn from others who express themselves with confidence, even when it's hard. I can be a role model for someone who is afraid to show their own true colors. I can celebrate the things in this world that I decide are the most meaningful to me. So we have love, peace, unity, and hope. I can love anyone I choose, fully and completely, with all my heart. I can notice that every creature, small and grand, has something unique and necessary. I can know that community, connection, and acceptance exist, and I will find them. I can surround myself with those who see me, stand up for me, and support me. I can be okay knowing that not everyone will understand me because I have love for myself. I don't need to hide away, hold back, or compare myself to anyone else. Because I am me and I matter. You are you and you matter. We are just right, beautiful, and miraculous, exactly as we are. So there we are, my new book. What did you think, Jennifer? You liked it? Yes? So at the back, it says, find a comfortable seat and take a big, slow, deep breath in through your nose as you reach your arms out wide, feeling your chest lift and your heart open as you slowly breathe out through your nose, cross one arm on top of the other, and give yourself a giant hug. Squeeze yourself nice and tight and just notice how it feels to hug yourself. With thoughts that come into your mind, just notice. Now bring your attention to your breathing. As you breathe slowly in, fill up your hug with your wonderful breath. And as you breathe slowly out, hug yourself a little tighter. So do this a few times. Give yourself a hug. So we're going to practice bringing kind thoughts into our minds and hearts as we breathe and hug ourselves. And these thoughts are called affirmations. So remember I was saying the things before? They were affirmations. So you can say them to other people, but it's very important to say them to yourself as well. Okay, let's roll big arms, and then we're going to give ourselves another big hug. So just think about something you're good at or like doing. Don't have to be good at it, but something that you like doing. Like Jennifer, she's learning to paint the watercolors and she loves it. She's going to practice and she likes doing it. And Claire, you like to act. So you practice and you will get better. Or I know you're all good friends to somebody and helping the family. Okay, let's breathe in and say to ourselves, I am kind. And as we breathe in and out, we're going to say to ourselves, I am beautiful. And then we're going to say to ourselves, I am miraculous. I'm going to say to ourselves, I am important. And then we're going to breathe in and out and say, I am just right, exactly as I am. And then just hug yourself even tighter, filling your hug and your whole body with all the love you have for yourself. Keep that feeling, that lovely, warm, loving feeling for you. There. Oh my gosh. I hope you feel better after that. Because we're going to feel that way, I'm going to send you this sheet. All right? I'll send that to you, and then you can say to yourself all the things that it says here. Make yourself feel good, right? But at the same time, you can turn it around and notice the positive thing in someone else and think to yourself, oh, thank you. I'm grateful that you are whatever that person is. Okay? All right. I am going to spotlight myself, I'm afraid, just because then it's easier for you to see me when we're doing our yoga. So I'm going to make my way to my cushion. You can stay sitting on a chair if that's more comfortable for you. And still do what we're doing here. So I'm going to sit down. Oof. Sit with my legs crossed. Sit nice and tall. So even if you're sitting in a chair, just sit up nice and tall. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just notice how you're feeling. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to warm up our spines. So we need to do that before we start doing our big exercising. But we're going to open our arms like this, look up, and do you feel that your spine is like a cow, that cow position? And then we're going to give ourselves a hug and curl into the cat position. And then we're going to open our arms up, and you'll notice that your spine is curving like the cow. And then we're going to give ourselves a hug as we curl into our cat. So we're just doing the cat and cow with an extra hug. So hug yourself. And then just open those arms up and look up. And then curl into the cat as you give yourself a hug. And then we're going to reach up high. And then just one hand to the side and go from side to side. That's it. Now hands on your knees, and we'll just do our cat and cow. So curl forward, slide the hands back, elbows back, look up for the cow, then slide the hands forward for the cat. Slide the hands back for the cow, and hands on knees, reach up high, and then just look over your shoulder. So rest one hand behind, one hand on the knee. Look over your shoulder, nice tall spine. Then sweep those hands up, hand on your knee, hand behind. Nice tall spine, get over your shoulder. Then sweep up, and one hand on your knee, one hand behind. Then sweep up, reach up high, then let those arms come down nice and slowly as you take a nice long deep breath out. Lovely. Now bring the soles of your feet together. So bring your feet nice and close to your body. Nice tall spine. Let those knees flap like butterfly wings. Ooh. You can bring those knees together, stretch those legs out. Stretch those legs. And let's just make our way to our tabletop. So get blankets or cushions or blocks out the way. onto our tabletop. So hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We're just going to do big circles with our hips, going round and around. Go one way and go the other way. And then you're going to reach as far as you can to the end of the mat. Drop the elbows, drop the head, the hips in the air, in the melting heart pose. And then just push yourself back nice and slowly. Open the knees up, keep the big toes together, and let your hips go down. And then let your head go down onto the mat or onto your hands. Stretch your hands in front or beside, whatever feels good for you. Just take a nice, slow, deep breath here. Take a few deep breaths here. Lovely pose. Calm you down. And look after yourself. Show yourself some love in child's pose. Child's pose really helps your whole body to become more flexible. Your knees become flexible, your hips, your spine, neck gets a rest from carrying your head around. The shoulders get a stretch. Just enjoy this pose. Push yourself up. Bring the knees together. So now the knees are back under the hips. And the hands are under the shoulders, but then you're just going to move them. One hand in front. And then lean forward so the shoulders are over the hands. Then just push yourself back. Let the hips go down. Straight arms. This is called extended child's pose. So you're not really in child's pose. You just got long, straight arms and your hips are down. And back so that your shoulders are over your hands. Your arms might be getting a little wobbly. That's okay. The muscles are warming up to hold the body up. Push your hips back. Straighten those arms. Stretch the arms. And lean forward again. Shoulders over the hands. And push yourself back again. Back. Your shoulders are over your hands. Push yourself back. And then open up those knees. We're going to go into child's pose again. Such an easy pose to get lots of stretching in your body. Just have to relax and sink into the pose. And all those things happen. It's so flexible. Lovely. Push yourself back up. Bring the knees back under the hips. And get ready for downward facing dog. I need my blocks. You have your hands on the mat or on blocks. Curl the toes under. Push those legs straight and those arms straight. So downward facing dog. So now we have straight legs, straight arms. And then just let yourself go down a little bit. It's a plank pose. So your shoulders are over your hands. If that's too much, just let your knees go down. Still holding your body up with your arms. Get your arms nice and strong. Your knees can be down or your knees can be up. So you're in the plank pose, your body's straight. Then just push yourself back up to downward facing dog. Straight arms, straight legs. Take a breath, and then just let yourself go down again so your shoulders are over your hands. Knees can be straight, knees can be on the ground. And then push yourself up. Downward facing dog. Nice stretch here. Stretch those legs, stretch those arms. And then walk your hands and your feet together. You're touching the mat. You're in a forward fold. And then you're just going to slide your hands up, your legs nice and slowly. Uncurl your spine nice and slowly, coming up into mountain pose. So just make sure your feet are nice and flat. Maybe lift your toes, wiggle your toes. Your ankles are underneath your knees are underneath your hips are underneath your shoulders, and your palms are out. And make sure your tongue's wiggly, there's no tension in your jaw. Now we're going to take a big, wide stance. Your legs are nice and wide apart. And turn those toes out to point to the corners of the mat. Then your tailbone goes down, your knees are bent, and you've got your goddess arms. Now we're in a goddess pose, kind of sitting in a chair. We're there. Oh my gosh, your legs are strong, your arms are strong. And push yourself up and bring those arms down nice and slowly. Now while our legs are nice and wide apart, just turn your left foot so the toes are facing the long end of the mat. Right toes are facing the short end of the mat. Bend that knee at the front so it's square. Make sure you can still see those toes. Arms go up. Face those fingers. Take a nice deep breath here. Feeling strong. Whew. Now just have a little rest. Arm goes down. Back arm comes up. Reach, reach, reach a little bit more. And then sweep back into warrior two. Feeling those legs strong. The muscles are being so strong, holding you up. Back hand goes down. Front hand comes up. Looking up at that hand, pretending there's a mirror. Look at yourself and smile. And sweep back to warrior two. And the arms can come down. Toes face the same way. Bend at the hips. Touch the mat. And you know this part. You walk your fingers past one foot. Bend that knee. Stretch the other leg that's left behind. Then go back to the other side. Walk those hands past the other foot. Stretch the leg. Bend the knee. Walk the hands back. Past the other foot. Bend the knee. Stretch the leg. Walk those hands back again. Bend the knee, stretch the leg. And come back to center. Fingers are on the mat in the center. Then hold the elbows and just dangle like a rag doll. Hands on to your ankles. Slowly slide your hands up your legs, uncurling your spine so slowly and reaching up to a star. And the hands come down slowly, slowly, slowly. And then point your other toes to the short end of the mat. The back leg, those toes are pointing to the long end of the mat. Bend into a square knee. Make sure you can see those front toes. Arms go up. Just turn your head. Face your, to look at those fingers at the front. Strong arms, strong legs. Now have a little rest on your leg. Bring the back arm up. Reach, reach, and reach. And sweep back. Back hand goes down, front hand comes up. Bring it up high, looking at yourself in that mirror. And sweep back to warrior two. Arms come down. Toes face out to the corner of your mat. The hips, the back, the tailbone goes down. Knees go bent. And arms are bent. Back into goddess pose. Using those core muscles to hold yourself up. Good job, everybody. Up, arms come down. And you can walk those feet in. Give your legs a little shake. That was hard work on your legs. And then just come back into mountain pose. Ankles are under the knees are under the hips are under the shoulders. This time just put your hand onto your back. Little gentle look up to the ceiling. That's all we're doing. Nice little gentle look up. Your core muscles engage. And just back into mountain pose. Now let's go into child's pose again. Down on to the mat. Maybe stop for a moment in tabletop so you know where you are, you know where your knees are, you know where your hands are. Big toes touching, knees apart. Let the hips go down, head goes down. A nice little rest after all that hard work you were doing. Just feel yourself melt, soften. Enjoy best. Just push yourself up. Bring those knees together. Swing yourself around. Lie on your back. Now you're going to lie on your back. Onto your back. Feet on the mat. Hands on the mat. Knees are bent. Lift up those hips by pushing your hands and your feet into the mat. So you've got bridge pose. Got lots of space under your hips. Lift those hips up. Using those muscles in the legs. And gently put the hips down. Bring the knees up. Give them a hug. Roll from side to side. And one foot down, bring the other foot up. Cross the knee onto the knee. Let the other knee just fall away. Slow deep breath. Bring that knee up. Give it a hug. That foot goes down. The other knee comes up. Up the ankle on the knee. Just let that knee fall away from you. Let the arms just rest on the ground, nice and heavy. Arms facing up. Bring that knee up, both knees up together. Give your knees a hug. Roll from side to side. And feet go down. Let the knees fall to one side together. Arms go out into a T and look away from your knees. Nice, slow, deep breaths. And slowly, knees point to the sky. Knees together, fold to the other side. Look away from the knees. Slow, deep breath. Bring the knees up. Bring the knees up to hug them again. Roll from side to side. And now just let your feet fall to the ground. And you get into your Shavasana position. You can be in the chair or lying on the floor. Just lie on the floor and relax, or sit in a chair and relax. Maybe close your eyes. Just imagine you're sitting on a puffy cloud floating in the bright blue sky. And you can see the tops of the houses below and all the trees way down below. Feel like you're resting in a bed of soft pillows. You lay back and the puffy clouds just give you a hug. You feel all the warmth and love in that hug. You just take a long deep breath of clean air and look at the blue sky. The warmth of the sun shines on your face. It is quiet and peaceful. You feel safe and cozy. You feel loved. And just slowly start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Move your head from side to side. If you're lying down, just roll to one side. Slowly push yourself up to seated. And put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just notice how you're feeling. If you feel more like putting two hands on your heart, go ahead. Whatever feels good to you. Or even give yourself a hug.
Smile with your eyes. Smile with your nose. Smile with your lips. And love in our hearts make us strong.
That's right. Thank you for that.
Okay.
So now we're going to share our love and kindness with each other. Oh, now I've got your loving kindness back.
I
in my
know.
heart. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you for coming. Glad you
Namaste.
made it, Kathy.
Namaste.
Bye.
Peace
Bye.
is in me. Peace is in me. Peace is in me. Peace is in me.
Oh, yes. Don't forget the November challenge.
Mm.
Bye bye.
Bye.